Hey, what's up, guys? It's George, and in this video, I wanted to talk about a topic of understanding, a deeper understanding of understanding how the brain works, and why it may, why for some people it takes a little bit longer than others to get back to naturally feeling happy and so forth with your life. Because sometimes I'll get messages and comments, and I work with people that they've quit smoking weed, they've gotten sober, and a couple of months have gone by, and yet they feel depressed. And it can feel frustrating when you're in that place, because that can make you want to just throw in the towel completely and be like, you know what, screw it. Tried the whole going sober thing, doesn't work, and might as well go back to getting high, because at least that gave me some relief. And so and that's where it can be tricky, and that's why when people go through this post-acute withdrawal syndrome, PAWS, the acronym for PAWS, PAWS, then this can be one of the biggest triggers for relapse. So our brains are amazing things, and our brain really has everything to do with our emotions and our sensations that we feel. And and every time, whether you have take a bite of chocolate, or you're having sex, or taking a drug, or whatever you're doing, different sets of neurons fire that release chemicals that make us feel certain kinds of way. And for example, when you're smoking weed and you're getting high, you're getting a dopamine rush. Your brain neurons are firing, and you're getting this dopamine high, dopamine rush, as well as other sensations as well. But dopamine is a big one. And what happens after a while when you're used to and you're smoking on a regular basis, and you're getting high all the time, and that becomes a crutch, where all of a sudden your brain starts to forget how to develop those feel-good sensations, those dopamine highs, without needing a substance. It forgets. Where looking at a child is a great illustration of this. A kid, the littlest things can get them so excited. They see something that, oh my gosh, look at that! Whoa, oh my gosh, look at that! And all the dopamine, the neurons are flying. They get these feel-good sensations over the littlest things, and as we get older, we get conditioned, and our senses get numbed and dulled down, and drugs can greatly amplify this getting high. And what happens is, where before, you were able to relax, go for a walk, and get that feel good sensation, and relaxed just from going for a walk or reading a book, or just one of many other simple things that you're able to do in your life, and to get happy, and to feel peaceful, and to deal with anxiety problems. When you're used to smoking weed for a long period of time, months, years, decades, then what happens, like I said, is the brain starts to forget how to develop those feel-good emotions naturally. And so what happens is, you go through, when you're quitting weed and you're getting sober, it can be kind of like a roller coaster, and you go through that initial withdrawal phase, that acute withdrawal phase, where it's more of just like physical kind of withdrawals, and that's relatively quickly. Within the first couple of days, a week, 2 weeks, most of the physical withdrawals are completely gone. But the post-acute withdrawals, that's where it can get tricky, because all of a sudden, it's a process. It's a process to teach your brain how to develop those feel-good sensations again. And so what can happen is, all of a sudden, a month, 2, 3 months down the road, you're although you're clean and sober, you're way past all the physical withdrawals. Your brain, it takes time to heal those neurons, and to reestablish those dopaminergic neurons, and so you can find yourself miserable, having a hard time finding joy in anything, and and finding excitement in anything and just feeling depressed because your brain is having a difficult time getting that dopamine high from the simple things in life. But this is the thing, and this is the good news, is that humans are very resilient, and we absolutely, even though we can do tremendous damage to our body and our brains through years and decades of abuse, the body is very resilient, and you absolutely can heal yourself, and you can get back to that place of being like a child again, where the simple things in life bring you joy and excite you. But the key is, and this is the biggest key, is patience. Patience is a virtue. You really do gotta truly give it time. And I know this can be frustrating, but just by having this awareness of the process, this can help give you back your power and help you to have a better understanding of what is going on so that you can get through this, because a lot of people don't know about this and they don't understand the brain, they don't understand what's happening, and so they just throw in the towel 2 months down the road, and they feel depressed, they don't feel that happy, nothing in their life is really bringing them that much joy, and so you know what, screw it, because they're still in that post-acute withdrawal phase where the brain is still developing and still figuring out how to get back to finding joy from the simple things in life, getting dopamine rushes from simple things, getting relaxed from the simple things that you used to be able, and it takes a process. And so a lot of people just throw in the towel because they don't understand this. And like I said before, they just, at least before I was getting high and I was getting some relief from life, and although I wasn't happy and I was miserable being high all the time, at least I was getting some relief. Where now I'm sober and miserable, and this totally sucks. So, but you got to give it time and be patient, and if anything, celebrate when you get to that phase, because that means that you're making progress. That means that you are making progress. Because if you're still in that initial excitement phase, like, oh yeah, quick, we can get sober, that's the initial stage. Everybody goes through that initially. It's exciting, and then you're going to move into the next stage, and so forth. And there's stages to this, but that is a stage as well. And so be proud, because that's great. That means that you're making progress and you're transitioning through the process. And the key is to be patient, but another key is just to continue working on yourself. Know what your brain is doing, that it's retraining itself how to find happiness and joy in the simple things again. And one of the biggest keys is to work on yourself. Exercise, doing things that being proactive and doing things you enjoy, yoga class, dance class. I'm going to jiu-jitsu right now. This is something that I love. This is something that brings me joy. Do things in your life. That way you can help the process of teaching your brain how to find joy in everyday kind of activities without needing a fix. But that this is very real. This pause, this what stands for post-acute withdrawal syndrome. This is a very real thing, and it takes time. The bottom line, it does take time. You got to give it time. But like I said, the good news is that you can absolutely retrain your brain and totally get back to that happy, peaceful place. Just be patient. Give it the process. Enjoy the process. This is what I teach when I coach people and work on people, and in the course, this is what I teach about how to effectively get through this process and how to create an ideal environment throughout your life that will naturally alleviate that symptom of wanting to always seek out a fix, because all addiction really is just a symptom for a less than ideal environment. And so guys, if you're at this phase, or you recognize this, congratulate yourself. You're making progress, and you're way ahead of where you probably used to be. And celebrate no matter how far you are into the journey. It doesn't mean that this has to last month. Some people, everybody's different. Some depends how long you were using for, your lifestyle, a lot of other factors. But you can get through this as quickly as as a couple of weeks to a couple of months. In longer situations, it can take up to 1 or 2 years, but that's more extreme situations. So really, for most of you guys, you're going to get through this especially if you're really working on yourself and trying to, work on your life in all different areas. You should get through this relatively quickly. So hope you're all having a great day, and until next time, guys, if you want to, for those of you that would like that one-on-one help course, click on the link below to apply for one-on-one coaching. I love working with you guys, or check out the course in the description so you can absolutely learn how to totally create that incredible life that you absolutely deserve to have, so that the symptom of addiction is just completely alleviated. So hope y'all having a great day. Until next time, guys, make it a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.